Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Okay, so your today is literature. Okay, and I want to make comparison between poetry and native poetry. So before we start, let me share my screen with you at the first. Okay, that's in here. No, no, no. Here. Mhm, mhm, mhm. No, that's not. No, it's not. Here, see here. Okay, that's what we have here. Where how at the end of the world. Okay, I think that's in we have discussed this point in our classes. Okay, so uh, 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 yes. Okay, yes. Here, I want to show this point to you with you. So here, this I want to mention or I want to note your mind. That's in the difference or the slight difference between poetry and narrative poetry. Okay, so here let's yes, okay. Here. Narrative poetry, as we said before in the classes, that's in is a poem tells a story. It's a poem that tells a story. Exactly perfect. So here the third, but there is no introduction without any introduction here in the narrative poetry. But in the poetry describe the nature of something describe the nature of or something. So here again. Please, please. That's a narrative poetry. The poem tells a story. There is no introduction. But in the poetry, doesn't describe the nature or something. And also here the poetry is in there is an introduction. So narrative poetry, no introduction. Poetry has an introduction. Narrative poetry tells a story. Poetry describe nature or something. And here is the example for narrative poetry. Now, the narrative poetry, for example, here, the night we fled to the country. Papi, you told me we were going to beach, so hurried me to get dressed along with others. When you posted a window, you looked out. I think that's it's not poetry. It's a narrative poetry. It's a story. Do you think that in the author he can make a poetry? He said, "Papi, you told me you were going to beach." I don't think so. That's a narrative poetry because it's not a story. But in the poetry, it can describe nature or something. So here, the people along the sand all turn and look in one way. They turn their back on the land. They look at the sea all day. Yes, it's a poetry like in Arabic. Okay, so so sand, land, way, day. Yes, and this is the rhyme exactly. But in the narrative poetry, tell a story, tells a story. So at the night we fled to the country. Papi, you told me we were going to beach. Hurried me to get dressed along with others. While past the window, you looked out. Okay, that's in tell a story. So that's in today. I want to declare with you. So also that we have here the vocab, okay, the target vocab that we have that like tribe, ancestors, honoring, and poem. What does it mean? So here the tribe that's in the word the tribe that's in a group of people live together. Tribe isn't a verb, isn't a noun, sorry. Tribe is a noun. Okay, so here a group of people live together and share the same place in and culture and traditions. So its tribe is a noun. Okay, that's in here. Okay, thank you. So the word ancestors, what does mean the word ancestors? That's in the past grandfather, the oldest, the grandfather. Let's call it ancestors. Okay, that's in father of my father of my father. Okay, that's in the oldest grandfathers. Okay, that's in the oldest grandfather. That's then called ancestors. Okay, that's a noun. Okay, so here the next one is in okay, that's in honoring. Honoring is when you proud with something or someone. Okay, my father is a scientist. Yes, so it's an honor for me to being his brother. Okay, so he's my father. Is really has a good position. Okay, so it's called honoring. Okay, and the last part of our vocabs, this in poem. What does mean poem? poem that's in when you try to describe the nature. Okay, again, when you try to describe the nature or discuss something else. When you try to describe the nature or discuss something else. Listen, poem. Listen, when you describe the nature, how the sound is a golden yellow or the golden color, and the sky is a clear, and the sea is a wide and large. Okay, that's called in poem. That when you try to describe something else or someone or describe the nature, that's called in poem. So our target vocabs here, that's tribe, ancestors, honoring, and poem. Thank you so much. And I want to just make a revision. That's a narrative poetry, tell a story, and no introduction, but a poetry that's in described or nature, something else. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. And tomorrow, inshallah, we're gonna making discussion more for this part. Thank you.